Hey, what's up everyone? It's Steven here. And with the new teases for the Jurassic World movie coming with the Winter Olympics, I thought we'd do a kind of a rumor recap and speculate about the upcoming sets. And if you like this video and videos like this, a like and subscribe really does help the channel. All right, let's go ahead and jump in.
Well, of course, as I'm in the editing process of this speculation video, a bunch of news about Lego sets and the trailer drops yesterday and then overnight and this morning. So instead of scrapping the entire video, I'll add this section here where I talk about these three sets, and then at the end, I'll do a Lego set recap where I'll also bring into the fact that we have the trailer now, and I'll try to predict the remaining Lego Jurassic World sets as well. All right, starting with these sets, and I'm pulling this information from both the Promo Bricks and the Stone Wars websites. So these first two sets I'm going to talk about were actually listed on the Lego shop online. And it does appear that these Lego sets will be releasing April 17th of this year. So the first set is set number 76950, Triceratops pickup truck ambush. It's going to be 210 pieces. So the price right now is 44.99 euros. So we'll see what that ends up being here in the US. It comes with 4 minifigs, Claire Deering, Franklin Webb, and 2 guards, which I'm assuming are Biosyn guards and are kind of your villain characters of this set. Then obviously from the name we get a Triceratops. The molding of the Triceratops isn't new. However, the coloring of the Triceratops is. For our builds, we have a little black and gray pickup truck, as well as a green ATV. If we take a closer look at the minifigs, both Claire and Franklin are in complete black. Neither of them have leg printing, and they have similar but different torso printing. I'm assuming at this point in the movie, they're sneaking into some kind of base or facility, hence why the villain characters here are called guards. However, they have more of a villain thugs or villain henchmen look than actual guards per se. Neither of them have leg printing as well. They have pretty generic torso printing. And then the one guard comes with a little gray beanie. And in classic Jurassic World fashion, both guards come with their dart guns. The next set is Lego set 76951. It's Pyroraptor and Dilophosaurus transport. It's going to be 254 pieces, retailing for 44.99 euros again, and comes with 3 minifigures. Those minifigures include Ian Malcolm, Ellie Sattler, and then another guard, this time a female guard. As far as the dinosaurs, it comes with 2 dinosaurs, the Dilophosaurus and the Pyroraptor. The Dilophosaurus doesn't look new. I'm pretty sure it's from that previous Dilophosaurus set we got. However, the Pyroraptor is a new molding, as this is a new dinosaur to this movie. When you compare the Pyroraptor to how he looks in the movie, I do think this Lego form looks pretty good. It's really hard to do a lot of the detailed feathering that you're going to get on the Pyroraptor. However, the way they did those spotted brush strokes, the feathers on his arms and the feathers on his tail, I don't think it looks too bad. I think a lot of people will like the Pyroraptor, but I could see other people being a little turned off by its look with them trying to do the feathers. Then if we look at the minifigures, again, no leg printing for any of these figures. Starting with Ian Malcolm, we have his gray hair piece to be obviously reflective of his age now. However, the torso print does keep the open shirt design. You can kind of see his chest hairs demarcated with the little dashes, which is pretty funny. Then we have Ellie Sattler with the blonde hair. Her torso print has the tied shirt in the front. And then if we go to our guard, who has brunette hair, looks like it's the one with the ponytail in the back. And just kind of glancing at it here, I'm pretty sure that's a reused torso print. As far as builds, it appears we get a Biosyn Jeep, which in the prediction video, I do think I mentioned the fact that we'd probably get a Biosyn Jeep at some point. And then we have a little trailer where they're actually pulling the Pyroraptor. So it does make you wonder what inferences that has for the movie, if any. We do know Lego sometimes just makes things up in these movie tie-in sets. In the trailer, it appeared to set up the Pyroraptor as an antagonist, at least in that moment. However, this Lego set appears to imply otherwise, maybe. And then they have the guard with the Dilophosaurus. I'm not sure if this is trying to imply that Biosyn has some kind of control over some of the dinosaurs or not. I'm not sure. Or if this is just some kind of weapon that she's using against the Dilophosaurus, or if it's just completely meaningless. It's hard to know. The only Dilophosaurus clip from the trailer was very short, and it appeared to be Claire Dearing screaming. So who knows? And then the last set, which honestly I think was a bit of a surprise for most people, was set 76956. This set number hadn't really leaked leading up to this. However, there was a rumor back in November about a direct-to-consumer set. However, at that time it was speculated to be $250. This does not appear to be that. So the name of this one is T-Rex Breakout, and actually calls back to the very first movie and is one of those movie moment sets that Lego has been doing primarily for Star Wars. And we actually see that it actually comes with a quote on the bottom of it as well, which reportedly the Lego moment sets for Star Wars are going to have this year as well. But it'll have 1,212 pieces, is going to retail for €99.99, and is an 18+ set, and is also releasing on April 17th. And honestly, I love the fact that they did something like this. I love this little diorama set. This is a great moment to choose as a diorama set, especially if they end up doing more of these. The set comes with 4 minifigs, Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, and then the 2 kids, Tim Murphy and Lex Murphy. It comes with both Ford Explorers, the one that's undamaged, and then the one that the T-Rex is actually stomping on and crushing. And then you actually have a Lego-built T-Rex model. And then other than maybe its feet, which look a little on the goofy side, the rest of the model I think actually looks pretty good. The quote is from Ian Malcolm saying, "Boy, do I hate being right all the time," which is pretty funny, and I do enjoy the fact that they included that quote for this set. This appears to be a Lego Shop and Target exclusive, as Target was the one that accidentally leaked this early. Additionally, from the product description, it says it's accompanied by a booklet that, like many of the 18+ sets, also includes more than just the instructions. It says the booklet also includes an interview with the model designers. In addition, the allusions to the film are explained. So I really like this set. This is one I'm definitely going to get, and I'm excited for.
All right, with those sets covered, let's return to the speculation part of this video. All right, first, let's talk about all the different Lego sets that are rumored to be coming out this April. So this information is coming from a variety of places. First, there's Brickmerge, which is a site that's leaked sets before, and I've covered in prior rumor videos, and also Electric Bricks that leaked a bunch of sets and numbers back in January. So this is me kind of taking information from a couple different sources. I'll have all the sources listed in the description below, and essentially aggregating all of that into what we currently know. So first off is set 76943. This set was referred to by Electric Bricks as Dino 1 and contains 94 pieces, was an age 4+ set, and then according to Brickmerge was going to cost $19.99. Then there's set 76944. This one coming in at $49.99. So I am curious if 76943, 76944, I do wonder if they're going to be based on the Camp Cretaceous Netflix series as opposed to the Jurassic World Dominion movie. We already saw that the 4+ set from 2021 was based on the Camp Cretaceous Netflix show. And given that season 4 of Camp Cretaceous came out towards the end of 2021, I would not be surprised at all if these first 2 sets are sets that are related to that 4th season. Then we move on to what Electric Bricks called core, or very likely the Dominion sets for the movie. It starts with 76945. It's going to be 169 pieces and retail for $19.99. Then there's set 76946, 181 pieces, retailing for $29.99. Set 76947 at 306 pieces, retailing for $39.99. Then set 76948, coming in at 466 pieces, retailing for $49.99 again. And then the biggest set of the bunch, at least that we know about right now, is 76949 at 810 pieces, retailing for $119.99. And then Brick Merge also had one more additional set number, 76952. No piece count or price associated with this. I will say that this set number did not show up in the electric bricks leak, so you don't have kind of that double verification like you do with all the rest of the sets. Also, Brick Merge had a Jurassic World Duplo set, 10938, set at $20, with no other information about it right now either. So given that these sets are coming out in mid-April, I believe April 17th, I wouldn't be surprised if we start getting more information about these sets in the coming weeks to month. Because in general, most of the information about LEGO sets are either leaked or officially reported by LEGO in the 1 to 2 months leading up to the release of the LEGO set. All right, next, let's talk about the rumors and news regarding Jurassic World Dominion. That way we'll kind of have the knowledge background when we move over to the more speculative part of this video. So first, let's talk about the returning cast. So obviously, Chris Pratt is coming back as Owen Grady. Bryce Dallas Howard is coming back as Claire Dearing. And then from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Justice Smith as Franklin Webb's coming back. Daniela Pineda as Zia Rodriguez is coming back, as well as Isabella Sermon as Maisie Lockwood. And then probably the biggest and most exciting news for a lot of Jurassic Park fans is the original trilogy of characters are coming back as well. Sam Neill as Alan Grant, Laura Dern as Ellie Sattler, and then Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm. A couple of other characters are coming back, including B.D. Wong as Henry Wu, Omar Sy, and then the character Lewis Dodgson from the original Jurassic Park movie has essentially been recast and is coming back. He's going to be played by the actor Campbell Scott, and looks like he's going to be set up as one of the main villains of the movie. In the original Jurassic Park novel, he was a department head at the company Biosyn, but now it appears he's risen through the ranks and is actually the CEO of Biosyn. There's actually several pictures of vehicles belonging to Biosyn, including a helicopter and a few Jeeps. There's a big list of dinosaurs that are said to be confirmed or suspected to be appearing in the movie. I'm taking this list from the Jurassic Park Wikipedia on Fandom. I'll talk about a few of them that we have details about real quick. First off is the raptors. So obviously we know Blue the Velociraptor is coming back. There's been no mention of any other velociraptors in the movie. However, we know that there's going to be 2 new species of raptors introduced in this movie. One is going to be the Atrociraptor, and the second is the Pyroraptor. There's actually a picture circulating currently of one of the Atrociraptors chasing Chris Pratt's character on a motorcycle. The Jurassic Park Wiki website does say that the Atrociraptors will come in a quartet, similar to how the Velociraptors first appeared in Jurassic World. It even has names for the 4 Atrociraptors, being Ghost, Tiger, Red, and Panthera, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like those names. It says that the males will have orange coloring with stripes, and that the females will have white coloring with stripes. And again, I mentioned the Pyroraptor, which is said to be one of the first really fully feathered dinosaurs to appear in Jurassic World, at least the movie universe. The director has spoke openly several times about the Pyroraptor and how he's very excited about that dinosaur specifically. If we look at the teaser from the Winter Olympics, we had an Apatosaurus, we had a Parasaurolophus, what looked like Blue the Velociraptor, and then Rexy the T-Rex. And then if we go back to the initial tease from 2021, that 5-minute video, a Quetzalcoatlus shows up, a Dreadnoughtus shows up, there's a big herd of Triceratops. We see the Oviraptor eating an egg. We see Moros Intrepidus, which is the small little theropod that's eating material out of the big dinosaur's teeth. And obviously that big dinosaur ended up being a Giganotosaurus. It was shown killing the T-Rex. And according to reports, the Giganotosaurus is actually going to be the main antagonist or the main dinosaur villain within the movie. Probably along with Biosyn. And then there's also been a picture of a Lystrosaurus as well, which is actually a therapsid. Other than that, there's really not a lot of other details that are super well established concerning the movie. We don't really have an actual trailer for it yet. I know the director's talked a few times. This is going to be more of kind of almost a spy thriller, referring to both the Bond and Bourne movies. It also appears there's going to be some level of globe-trotting as they filmed scenes in multiple locations across the world. All right, and lastly, let's talk about some possible minifigures that we could see for some of these Jurassic World Dominion sets. Obvious ones are going to be Chris Pratt's character Owen Grady and Bryce Dallas Howard's character Claire Daring. They've showed up over and over and over again. They're just probably the two most common figures we get in any of the Jurassic World sets. But I do think we're going to get all three of the original trilogy characters, from Alan Grant to Ellie Sattler to Ian Malcolm. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's another Henry Wu minifigure. And given that Lewis Dawson is now showing up as the CEO of Biosyn, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he shows up as kind of your villain minifigure character. Other characters that are going to be a lot more speculative would be a lot of the kind of more ancillary characters. Now, we do have that image that was published by Chris Pratt with him and DeWanda Wise, whose character's name is Kayla, and she appears to be holding some kind of taser. So it's possible she could show up as a minifigure. Omar Sy's character could show up as a minifigure. Then there's the three characters from Fallen Kingdom: Franklin Webb, Zia Rodriguez, and Maisie Lockwood. We'll see if any of them show up as side characters. I really do think they're going to prioritize the main five, with being Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. Your main villain being Lewis Dawson, and then probably having some other henchmen or other type characters. As much as I'd love to see a minifigure for Omar Sy as Barry Simbinier, I just don't think it's going to be very likely. Unlike the Lego Star Wars line, Lego Jurassic World and Jurassic Park have really stuck to just very specific main characters, though I personally would love to see them branch out and bring a lot of other named characters into their minifigure lines.
All right, now that we've kind of talked about everything broadly, let's kind of summarize it and actually do some set predictions, especially now that the trailer for the movie has broken and we've got a little bit more specific information about which dinosaurs are actually in the movie, what kind of scenes we can expect. So for those first two 4+ sets, the 76943 and the 76944, I'm still going to guess based on the leaked name for those sets that came out initially as Dino 1 and Dino 2 and did not reference the core Dominion like the others did. I'm going to guess that these are Camp Cretaceous sets, mainly because we have Camp Cretaceous, which is a Netflix series, and it's specifically marketed to kids. Season 4 came out back in December, November, somewhere at the end of 2021. And this is our first time to really get any sets that could be specific to that Season 4 of Camp Cretaceous. So my prediction for both of these sets are that they'll be Camp Cretaceous oriented. So 76943, the $20 94-piece set. Initially, I was thinking this might be a Dilophosaurus set, but given that we just got a Dilophosaurus and Pyroraptor set revealed, like I talked about earlier in the video, for the Jurassic World Dominion movie, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this might be a set that includes a bunch of the baby dinosaurs. Obviously, we got a couple hybrid baby dinosaurs with the Spinoceratops. Then we have the baby Brachiosaurus. So I wonder, for a $20 set for this just 94 pieces, I wonder if they include a couple small baby dinosaurs in there with maybe a couple minifigs and a small build. And then for 76944, that's only 140 pieces, but has a price tag of $50. This is very similar to when they did that junior set that included a T-Rex. So I think they're probably going to include a bigger dinosaur in this set to make up that price to piece cost difference. So my guess for this one is either they're going to go big and do the Spinosaurus. My only hesitation with that is, since they're doing the Giganotosaurus for the Dominion sets, which I would bet a lot of money that they're going to do, I don't know if they would take away from that by including another big bad dinosaur like the Spinosaurus in this 4+ set. They might, and that would be awesome. I just don't know if they would do it. So my other guess would be, if they don't do the Spinosaurus, that they would do the Kentrosaurus, which honestly would look pretty cool and I'd be okay with. However, I think a lot of people would much rather have the Spinosaurus be in this set. And hey, I get it. I just don't know if Lego's going to do that. All right, next we'll talk about the 5 other sets that have been leaked, but we don't have official images for yet. And I'm betting we'll get official images for all 7 of these sets very shortly, since we already have the official images for sets 76951 and 76952. But starting with 76945, the $20 set with 169 pieces, I'm going to base this off of the trailer and say that this is a blue and baby blue set, like baby blue capture or something like that. And I think they'll probably have a little truck build. Presumably we see that baby blue is being captured, blue gets really upset, and then we see a truck pulling up in the background. So I think the build will be some kind of truck build and then some form of a trap or whatever to capture baby blue. Minifigures, I think it would include 2, given that it's only $20. I'm going to say that Maisie is going to be in this set. We see that she's with Owen and Claire during these scenes with Blue and Baby Blue. So I'm going to say Maisie's in this set. And then maybe include a guard or somebody from Biosyn. Or perhaps they'll throw in Owen, since they throw him and Claire in all of the Jurassic World sets. 76946, the $30 set that's 181 pieces. My guess for this one is going to be the Atrociraptor motorcycle getaway. And we saw this with Owen being on the motorcycle and riding through that city with having the Atrociraptors chasing him. So for this one, I would include 2 Atrociraptors, Owen, maybe a Biosyn henchman again. And I think that ends up being pretty fair. Maybe you have a small building build to go with it. For 76947, the $40 set for 306 pieces. For this one and 76948, I could kind of flip-flop both of these. However, I think the build that I have predicted for the 76948 set fits that set a little bit better. But this set, I could see this being a villain-oriented set. There's going to be at least one set that is very villain-oriented. And by that, I think it's going to feature Lewis Dodgson, the CEO of Biosyn. He's going to appear in at least one, if not 2 of these sets. So I think there's going to be at least one set. Or maybe with Henry Wu or something like that. I think there's going to be more of a villain-specific set. My initial guess was going to be the Pyroraptor. We know that one shows up in 76952. So I think my revised guess would be those other 2 Atrociraptors. Specifically, we don't have the kind of grayish-white female. The only 2 that we've seen in the trailer are kind of more of the brownish-red Atrociraptors. And there's supposed to be 4 of them, as we saw in the picture, with one of them having that grayish-white coloring. So I wonder if they include the other 2 raptors in this set. If you remember from the original Jurassic World sets, you could get all 4 of the original Velociraptors, but you had to get 2 different sets to get them because they had them split up. So I do wonder if they'll do a similar thing with this wave in this movie. So my guess ultimately for this one, a villain set, you'll get the other 2 Atrociraptors. I think you'll get Lewis Dodgson, maybe another henchman or maybe another named villain, we'll see. And I think you might get one of the original trilogy characters or an ancillary character or somebody else to be kind of your hero character for that. We already saw that they included Ian Malcolm and Ellie Sattler in that Pyroraptor and Dilophosaurus set. So could they throw Alan Grant in here? We'll see. The next one is 76948 for $50 and 466 pieces. And I think it's almost a slam dunk that this one's going to happen. I'm calling this one the Quetzalcoatlus plane attack. And as soon as I was watching this in the trailer, I was like, that totally looks like that's going to be a Lego set, where they would do that twin boom airplane and a Quetzalcoatlus and throw in several minifigs. I think that just looks like something that Lego would do very easily. So obviously the dinosaur would be the Quetzalcoatlus, which would be awesome. Your build is going to be that twin boom airplane which that's why I think that fits a 466 piece build more so than that 306 piece in the $40 set. And I think they would probably put in Owen, Claire, and then the new character Kayla, as all three of them appear in that scene. So this set I think will happen at some point, whether it's this one or in the future. It just feels like a scene or a sequence that Lego would very happily make a Lego set from. They love making vehicles. They love making planes. I could see them doing this as their flying dinosaur set. To me, this feels like it has a higher likelihood, either with this wave or next year or something. And then for the final set, 76949, $120 and 810 pieces, this almost assuredly is going to have the Giganotosaurus in it. Now, what else is included in that is kind of up for debate. I wouldn't be surprised at $120 if they include 2 dinosaurs with it. What I would really like for them to do is a Giganotosaurus versus T-Rex or Rexy, where they kind of battle it out, because I'm sure the movie is setting up for that moment. But I totally see this as having 2 dinosaurs in this set, the Giganotosaurus being the antagonist dinosaur, and then I think they'll throw in one other dinosaur to be kind of more of your hero dinosaur. Similar to that Indominus Rex set where you got the Ankylosaurus, I think they'll do something like that. I would love for it to be the T-Rex. I just don't know if they would put the Giganotosaurus and the T-Rex in one set, but it would be great and it would be incredibly popular. I think otherwise they're going to do probably some kind of moderate structure build. Maybe a Biosyn helicopter. We've seen the images of the Biosyn helicopter. In the movie, when we first see the Giganotosaurus, it's outside of some kind of facility, so maybe they include some kind of build with that. I think it's also very likely that this set is going to include at least one, if not a couple, of the original trilogy characters. Alan Grant is the only character that hasn't been confirmed to be in a set yet. He could be in this set. But from Lego's history with Lego sets, assuredly we're going to have a character that is specific to this Lego set and doesn't appear in any of the other Lego sets. Whether that's one of the original trilogy characters like Alan Grant, or if that's one of the other kind of more ancillary characters, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. But I would guess this is going to have 4 to 5 minifigures, probably like 3 hero figures, 2 maybe guard figures or villain figures. Maybe Henry Wu shows up in this set, especially if that facility is some kind of like Biosyn genetics or something else. But those are my guesses for the final 7 sets. Let me know what you think.
Let me know down in the comments below. I'm excited to hear from everyone. Thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Whoa! Cat. Like, tackle the door. There's actually a picture. Cat, what are we doing?